Hi, I am Jessica and I'm the owner and operator of Round Town Candle Co. I'm a small hand-poured soy wax candle business, and whether this is your first time on my channel or you've been hanging out with me for a while, either way, I'm glad you're here, and I do hope that you'll stick around to watch this video in its entirety because I do feel like there is some helpful information in there. So your business may be way more advanced than mine. You may be way further along, or you might be just in the very beginning stages. But either way, I do feel like this information can be helpful to pretty much anyone wherever you are on your journey. So let's jump right into it. So today I want to talk about bringing your business into what you would consider to be kind of the total package. So obviously, when it comes to business, relationships, careers, things like that, there is no such thing as perfect by any means. But you do hear people talk about the total package. And so we'll just use relationships for the sake of an example, because I think that's one that we've all sort of either said or heard at some point in our lives. And so you'll hear people say things like, oh, I'm trying to find someone, and I found this woman and I think she's the total package, or I found this guy and I think he's the total package, And so then they'll list out these qualities that to them make that person seem like they've really got it all. And so that's really what you want to try to achieve when you are creating and running a business, because your business can't be perfect. It just won't ever be. But the more you try to achieve that sort of total package status, if you will, the better your business is going to be. So there are a lot of ways in which you can do that. And I am speaking from experience on my very small business. As you can see, I do have a small brick and mortar. This is just one portion of it, but anyhow. And so I have learned a lot since starting this business, and there has been, trial and error, things that have worked, things that haven't. And sort of what I'm finding is that I feel that I'm moving more towards becoming that total package. And you do not have to have a brick and mortar to do that by any means. This can be done if you are an online business. This can be done if you simply just take your product and you go to markets. Maybe you don't want to deal with the, added work and cost involved in having a website or, having a brick and mortar. And that's fine, because these things too are great for the person who just packs up their vehicle and goes from market to market and sells their products. So I started with candles and wax melts. No, I didn't. Let me back that up. I started with candles and tea lights. And then I went to wax melts, and then I went to freshies, and then I went to room sprays, and now I'm getting ready to start selling soap. So let's talk about that for a minute, because when I started with my business with candles, that was my literal I realized that I could make a candle that did not impact me negatively. Whatever it is in paraffin candles, store-bought candles, just makes me feel terrible, headaches, and like I can't even deal with it. So I created this candle. I realized, hey, if I go with more natural, non-toxic, product, materials, and make this candle, this really works for me. Decided I wanted to sell it. So that's wonderful. And, people liked that and people could relate to that. But not everybody likes candles. Not everybody wants to burn a candle. And so then I got to a point where I said, okay, maybe I should add wax melts, because I know there are people who, would much prefer to melt down a wax melt than to have a candle. So I started into that. So then I'm thinking, well, people like for their car to smell good, but if they're irritated by the, again, store-bought products that maybe have a little bit more of a harsh chemical in them that, can cause irritation, again, something I dealt with. So now let me try to capture that audience by now offering these freshies. And every time that I have come up with a new product, it's been that thought process. With my room sprays, I'm thinking, okay, You know, everybody likes to have a fresh room. You know, maybe you've got somebody coming over. Maybe you want your bathroom to smell fresh, or the area where everybody's taking their shoes off to smell fresh. Whatever it is, you know, I'm thinking about now a room spray. Well, the room sprays that I have had, once again, common denominator, causing irritation. So I research and develop a room spray that's not toxic. It smells wonderful. It does the job, no irritation. I don't feel bad about using it, you know, with my family. Now I've captured yet another part of an audience. Maybe it's a brand new customer, or maybe it's one of my candle customers or wax melt customers that buys their room sprays somewhere else. You see where I'm going with this. So now I am going to do the same thing with soap, because I, for one, love goat milk soap. I purchase and use it myself and have for a long time. I like the way it makes my skin feel. I like that, you know, it's not bogged down with all these toxic chemicals. And so then I started thinking, well, maybe I should add that to my offering. So you guys definitely can see where I'm going. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have, you know, 15 products to be able to have a business. That is not the case at all. But what I'm saying is you need to look at your business, your customer base, and think, how can I work towards becoming the total package? You know, if somebody comes in here and they like, you know, these certain scents and they like the quality of the product, what can I give them that will keep them shopping here rather than going somewhere else? So maybe my customer likes all of the above. Well, now they can buy their candles, their wax melts, their car freshies, their room and car sprays. They can get their soap here. So now I'm increasing my sales. And like I said, maybe I've already captured that customer clear back in the beginning with candles, but now I'm capturing them on another level. I'm getting a greater sale from that person because I'm giving them more to choose from. And all of the things that I am making, creating, and selling are all basically in the same, you know, they're the same idea. It's products that smell good, that make you feel good. You don't have to worry about all the chemicals. So I'm just expanding upon where I started and building my reputation, my business's reputation on that. And it's really working. And so I have my customers that are coming in and they're saying, ooh, okay, well, I came in to get my candles and wax melts, but I really want to try this room spray. And so it just really works out. But the total package isn't just about the number of products you have. It really is about, you know, I guess you have to start at the very basics. When you start with a candle, for example, you want a candle that is good. You don't want to cut corners for cost. And I realize that, like, we have to be cost conscious. I understand that. I'm not telling you have to have a candle that costs $15 just to make it. But what I'm saying is, don't cut corners where it matters. Don't cut corners that is going to compromise the quality of your product. You want to put a quality product on your shelves. You want that product to be able to sell itself. But having said that, you don't actually let that product sell itself. You need to be the voice behind it. You need to say why you're doing it. Maybe it's because you don't like the chemicals and the irritants that are in other products and you want something that's more natural. Or maybe it's because what that business means to you. Maybe it has brought you out of a bad relationship or a failed career or whatever the circumstance is in your life. Just let people know that, because people love to be able to connect. And so if you pick up that product and you're looking at it and you see a candle, but you also see the person behind the candle and the story behind that, you know, behind that candle, and it changes the way people feel about your product. So you need to have a top quality product. You need to have the voice behind that product. You know, you need to really pour yourself into your business. You need to try to create that total package. Now, I am not the total package. I don't mean me, you know what I'm saying? Like me for this business is not it right now, because I can't perfect every area of my business right now. Like I'm working on obviously my product, my store, keeping up with my social media, with YouTube. I am really slacking. And when I say I'm slacking, I mean it's non-existent on my email marketing right now. And there are just things that I would rather invest fully into certain areas than partially into every area. I can't make everything happen all at once. So to me, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, well, rather than, cut the quality of my store or my product or my social media accounts and things like that to be able to put more time into the email and these other things, then I feel like everything is sort of just like meh. So I'd rather focus on making strong strides in certain areas and then leaving the other ones alone for right now until I can get to a point where I either have help or have more time or whatever it takes for me to invest in each one of those areas. So it's always a work in progress, but the point is you want to strive to do as well as you can with what you've got, and you need to think about it from an outside perspective looking in. Think about it as though you are the customer and not the maker. You are the customer and not the owner of the business. So for myself, if I'm coming into this candle shop as a customer, what am I looking for? What is going to draw me in? What is going to sell me on the product? What's going to keep me coming back? And when you look at it from that side of things, it really kind of helps you to see that it's not really difficult to do those things. And sometimes it takes time. It takes a lot of time to get one thing perfected. And then once you decide to add another product, you have to go right back into research and development. You have got to figure out the best way to make that product that's going to line up with your beliefs of your business and your other products. You have to test like crazy, that whole thing. And so doing all of those things, takes a lot of time, but it's worth it because you are investing in yourself. You're investing in your business. And so then the final thought that I have here is make sure that you are pricing your products in such a way that you can afford to have specials and deals and bundles for your customers. Because if you price your product so low, hoping that customers will be like, ooh, this is really, really cheap, like I'm gonna shop here, then you don't give yourself very much wiggle room. First of all, price for quality. You have a quality product that you spend your time and your money making. You've researched it. You've got the best materials that you can purchase and the best wax and fragrance and whatever it may be. You don't want to put that out there to make it appear as though it's a cheap product. So don't be afraid to price it where it should be priced. And then what you can do is that gives you the flexibility to be able to create these bundle packages, to do these special things. So my soaps are coming out next weekend. I'm going to release them. My goat milk soap, which is my brand new product. So I had made a bunch of soap at home, and the family and I, we've all been using it, testing it, make sure it's good. And then I had these bars of soap that I guess I would consider to be left over from what I had made. And so I decided that today's a Saturday, the store was going to be open for 3 hours, just a short day. And I decided that I was going to do a deal. So I announced it on social media last night, posted a video this morning. If you don't follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I would really suggest it, just because you can see kind of how I handle that side of the business. That's the strongest part of me for my marketing, is my social media. And so I went on there and I said, hey, in store only, for one day only, if you come in and shop, you spend $30 before tax, and you're going to get to take a free bar of this soap home to try with you before it's even available for sale. And that really did a lot for me. I had a lot of business today. Everybody was asking about the soap. It was a good conversation piece. I had both samples up there. The packaging that I use is a shrink wrap, and it's amazing because you can still smell the soap through the shrink wrap. And so people were able to smell it, see it. I've got my logo stamp on there, so it's very personalized. And it brought a lot of people in. Everyone made sure that they spent their $30 so that they could get their soap today. I didn't have anybody spend less than $30. And so when you do, when you have the ability to make those deals like that, people really like that. And so, if you have a new wax melter that you've just purchased and you have it available for sale, go ahead and bundle it up, that when they buy it, they get, a free pack of wax melts or 50% off a pack of wax melts, or, some kind of a bundle deal, so that people are, A, of all, excited about the fact of a sale. Who doesn't love a sale? And then B, of all, they're more likely to purchase more products. So like today, if somebody was going to come in and maybe just buy a room spray, well, now they came in and they bought a room spray and a couple candles. They wanted to make sure they spent their $30 to get their free bar of soap. So really just kind of getting creative with it, allowing yourself the room for those deals, allowing yourself the room for the growth within your business. And again, you can be online and do these things. You can be just straight up going to markets and do these things. You don't have to have a ton of scents or a ton of products. I've got a lot in here because I have a store. I have the room for a lot of different scents. So for me, I've got a really wide variety, but maybe you have 3 or 4 or 5 scents. That's perfect. Maybe you are going to a market and you can add a few room sprays in, or maybe you can do 1 or 2 different scents of soap if you decide to go that route. So create yourself a way to work towards your goal of becoming the total package. And you will never be perfect. We will never be perfect, but you can certainly work towards that. So that's where I am today. If you guys want to leave any kind of questions or comments in the comments section below, I will absolutely respond. I love when we get to engage. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you that's on my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, it would mean the world to me if you would do so. That's all I have for today. It is a beautiful sunny day. The store is closed. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day, and I hope you guys do the same, and I'll see you soon. Bye.